Scrapbookers, it's Katie Scott, and I'm going to show you this page that we're going to work on. I will warn you that I don't finish it on camera, so because I listened into the live show of the Digi Scrapbooker podcast. What is it called? Digi Scrap Geek. And so that was fun. So I start this on the video and then don't finish, but you'll see most of it, I think. So this was, I am working on my kit number 2, my homemade kit, and I have used this polka dot party as my inspiration for gathering the rest of the elements to the kit. I will tell you, having this little contraption full of dimensional embellishments is helping a lot. So I've used muffin tins in the past, but I'll tell you, I really like the way that you can close this and then like put it in a pile, you know what I mean, like, and stack other things on top of it. I think that, and not have to worry about things falling all over the place. I've also used this kit, Serendipity, or this paper pack, and yeah, so this, the journaling says, Allison, as you are getting older and apt to want to hang out with your friends, just remember, we have fun. We have fun together, and I hope that we'll be lifelong BFFs. This is what happens when we play together. I love you, love Mom, and having fun with my girl is my favorite. So that was 1 year ago, and yeah, it's about a year ago, so we're going to go do that again tomorrow. I know you can't really see. The picture looks really dark, but we're riding down the Flume at Busch Gardens. So there you go. Okay, and then I'll just show you the rest of the layouts that I've made. So this was the first one. My goal is to make 9 layouts per homemade kit, and this is actually a 2-pager. Ta-da! So that was the first one I made. And then this is actually preview, the third one that I made, because I didn't actually make this on camera. I made this while I was attending that Digi Scrap Geek podcast. So there's number 3. Okay, so if you want to make this page, either get 1 large photo, or you could even do like 2 photos, like that, and then you just do 6 by 6 of 2 different pattern papers, and then a whole bunch of embellishments all around. And it was pretty easy to put together. Yeah. Okay. Get your stuff, and let's start scrapbooking. Hey, scrapbookers, it's Katie Scott, and it's Friday, and it's the day before National Scrapbooking Day, and a house full of kids with no school. Go figure. I don't know why. Just randomly, sometimes they have no school. So I thought that I would get, hopefully, a layout done before the Digi Scrap Geek podcast has a live event. So that starts at 12 o'clock, and so it's 11:40, so 20 minutes. Can I do it? I don't know. Maybe. Okay. Let's just go with this one. This photo, it's not the best photo of me, but I liked it because we were, doing it together. This is my daughter and I at Busch Gardens, and she actually woke me up today asking if we could go to Busch Gardens, but we have another kid here, so the answer was unfortunately no, but I can scrapbook about it, and we can go tomorrow when the other kid is not here. So let's see if I can use, one of these sketches that I made. I kind of feel like I want to make a diagonal one, which would be, it could be this one here. Let's try that. But instead of, well, let's just try that. Let's do, okay? So the basic concept of this kind of a page is it's going to be like an X, a big X. So let's start with one. Let's start with this. And I'm almost instantly changing my mind. So I like this paper for the page though, because we're, you know, going downhill, and that seems kind of funny, right? Okay, so I'm still thinking. So I'm thinking maybe a better page might be this one, where this would just go across the top. So maybe we're going to do what I call the horizontal split. So the top is going to be different than the bottom. And I have a Pinterest board for this. And I also have the vertical split as a Pinterest board. And I see a lot of layouts that I like that look like that lately. So I just cut the pattern paper in half. So that I'm thinking is going to be my top half. And then my bottom half I'm thinking is probably going to be this dark blue polka dot. And I know that I used part of it. Yeah, I used part of it on my last layout. So I had already cut it in half. So ta-da, I can, and the thing is I don't really need, like what I don't need is, I don't need to, I can talk. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take an uglier piece of paper and use it as the backing so that this is all attached to something. And I'm going to do a thing on the paper clipping roundtable that they mentioned this last week, is that their videos are professional and they don't go walking across the room to get a supply. My videos are not professional. So I do go walking across the room to get a piece of paper. And so the difference there is they are charging for content and I am not. So that's the difference, right? What's funny is that, yeah, now I'm just looking for a piece of paper over here. Okay, I found one. It's kind of cute, but it's not totally ugly. But here's the sad truth. I have too much paper. I'm just going to admit it. I totally do. I don't need to go down to the scrapbooking store and buy more paper. No, I don't. Do I want to? Oh, yes. Am I going to? Maybe. Should I? No. Absolutely not. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this down so it's all on one piece of paper. What I do need probably, or I don't need, but I think what would help my scrapbooking is to get probably more embellishments when I go to the scrapbooking store rather than more paper. Whoops, that's a little bit longer. Oh well. No big deal. I'm just going to cut that off where it's a little longer. Not sure why that is, but it is. Weird, right? Didn't seem to stick down very well. I'm just going to trim the edge off. Yeah, I thought it was funny. They were responding to somebody left a message and said, oh, as far as the last show went, they were looking for, they were talking about subscription models. And actually, Debbie Hodge was on that show. So here's the, so I'm not really using this too much, but kind of, sort of. Anyways, Debbie Hodge was one of the guests, and it was I thought it was a really good show. I always like it when Debbie's on. There's certain guests who I'm like, I don't care what they talk about. I just like hearing them talk. Like Angie Lucas and Debbie. And who else? Yeah, those are the two that really come to mind, is that I know it's going to be a solid show. And Wendy Smedley when she's on. She's not on so much though. Okay. So here we go. I'm thinking I'm going to break out the doily. Just because it'll give the photo kind of a place to be. Anyways, they were kind of saying like, oh, well, you could spend all your time searching for YouTube videos that you like, and you might never find them because they're not professionally done, which is true. I mean, I guess some of them, some YouTube channels are probably more professional than others. But what I really like is that I actually like talking while I'm scrapbooking. So, how does that look? I don't think do we like it? Not really. Because it looks like, it reminds me too much of, like a dinner plate. But I do like the circle there, but I don't think I like that circle there. So, I think I might get my silhouette out and maybe cut a circle out of, like, say, one of these papers that has kind of a splatter to it. Maybe. Not totally decided on this. This one does. In the middle, it's got let's see how that works. So I'm going to have to be back in a minute. Back in a minute. Anyway, I'm not making fun of the paper clipping round table. I totally get what they're talking about, but I had to laugh when she was like, and some of those YouTubers get up and walk across the room to get supplies. But I make my videos in real time, both for my own convenience and so that when because this is my deal with the videos online that you see, so many of them have so much pre-planning, and then they speed them up, and I think it gives a really false impression of how fast you can scrapbook. So that almost gives me a complex, like, oh my god, I gotta do it. Like, I've got a little competitive spirit to me, so then I think, like, I've got to do it faster. But my videos hopefully will show you that, that, you know, this is real time. This is in real time. This is how long I take. And if you're taking the same amount of time or less or more, it just, I don't know. I think, there we go. So there. I don't know what I want to do. I almost think I just want to, I don't want to do the circle. I just want to do like a mat of this stuff. So what I'm thinking is I'm just going to tape this down and then cut around it with my little X-Acto knife. Yeah, I've had a real aversion to my silhouette lately. Like, every time I go to use it, it just seems like it's more trouble than it's worth. And it either doesn't cut awesome, or, hold on, or like, it just, like, the cuts are too intricate, or I'll go through and cut something out and then not even use it. So I'm almost, mind you, but I'm almost regretting my silhouette purchase. Because I'm thinking, like, I do the monthly subscription, and yeah, and the cost of the whole thing, and then the cost of the supplies, like, that's kind of expensive. So even though I have one, I kind of would say If you don't have one, don't feel bad about that. Like, maybe feel pretty solid about that. Okay, so I need a little cutter thing like this. That's what I'm looking for, the Fiskars. And now I'm looking for my cutter mat, which is not, here's one. I have more than one of these. Which, I think this is what that is. Maybe, but I don't use, I use this just as my mat, my workspace mat. Okay. So I'm thinking I've already used up a bunch of time. So I'm going to cut this intentionally a little bit big in case I want to tone it down just a little bit. And I noticed, is it Jocks Girl, who comments a lot, and thank you, by the way. I enjoy your comments. I haven't done one of those question and answer things in a while. Mainly because I like to do those on a good hair day if possible. I don't always, but I guess I haven't been having good hair days. I'm kind of like sort of breaking up with my hairdresser because she's made me way too blonde. It's just true. And then why can't I just tell her, you've made me way too blonde? I don't know. I don't know. Do you have that problem? Just don't want to hurt their feelings, or you've been doing it for so long that then you feel like weird about asking them to, but it's like crept up and gotten blonder and blonder over time. So yeah. So I'm wondering if I want to put something along the middle here. And I kind of do. Totally. Let's see. But I also kind of don't. So there. I don't mean to keep saying so there. Maybe a little line of these circles that I've made. I think that might be the ticket. I'll do like a line of circles. So I'm going to make some more circles actually. And I'm going to tune into the Did You Scrap Geek podcast. So I will, I'll be back. But that's a good start, I think. Yeah. I guess. I've got to tell you, I'm not that excited with it. I thought I would be more excited. Maybe I like it better like this. I kind of think I do. Huh. Funny, right? Yeah, I think that's a little better. I don't know why. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Journaling, title, and then journaling, title, and then maybe just the row of embellishments this way with those, with all the circles. Oh, that's kind of cute though. Those are those Heidi Swap. I should go. I gotta go. Those are those Heidi Swap things. Here they are. And what I realized is they're top and bottom. That's kind of fun. Like, because you would expect, I would expect to put circles there, but kind of fun to put squares there. Yeah? But these are double-sided. Isn't that cool? Yes, it is. It's cool. So the other thing I can do is they've got these, like the Busch Gardens printed right on there, which maybe I want to leave, but maybe it might be cute to not leave it and just to write it in. So it's silly, kind of. All right, let's just nail it down so I don't keep thinking about it. Feel the love. Okay. Sometimes when things are double-sided, it almost makes it even harder, right? Yes. Yes, it does. I guess I should tune in to the Digi Scrap Geek podcast. And then I think while I'm watching, I'm going to be making a bunch of circles. And then I'll put them in here with all these other little doodads, which I know I made this little thing to corral all this stuff, which I'm going to continue to use because I like it. But I think I might, let me see if I can tune in while you're here. And then I won't keep going because, not that I think they would mind too much, but that would be like a copyright problem, I think. So I kind of like this idea of just yeah, I know, I haven't tuned in. I should do that. I said I was going to. So I do like this idea of maybe just having this border of, this border of these little cards. Go off a little bit. And then I might just bulk this up with, I don't know what, little bits of things. But I guess what I want to say, like the story of this page is, I really love to have fun with my kids, and sometimes it really takes a little while to convince them that it's fun. So I'm always happy when like they want to do something with me. When they were little, it was like they would always want to do stuff with me, and now that they're getting older, it's like harder and harder to convince them. So that's kind of like the story of my page here. And I will just kind of try to add little bits of things in. Different places, I don't know where. That doesn't really fit. It's going to go off the page. But you kind of get the idea. The other hilarious thing I thought they said on the paper clipping roundtable was with all those kid clubs, and then you see the little bits of things, they were wondering, maybe that's because everybody's getting so much stuff in the kits that they can't use, that they're just like, oh, now I can use it. You saw 1/8 of an inch of it. See, it's on the page. Okay, I'm gonna tune into that. Did You Scrap Geek podcast, and then hopefully I will finish this page with you all. I think I will. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back sooner than I thought. It says stand by. So it says, please stand by. With the real Slim Shady, please stand up. Remember that? It's so silly. Slim Shady. I think he's atrocious now. But when he first started, I guess I didn't know him that well. That Eminem. And I thought, I like things that are lyrically dense. You know, like lots of... I like it when there's a lot of lyrics that don't repeat. And there's a peppy beat. So he... that was happening. So I was like, I like it. But... yeah, I think he's kind of hateful. So I don't like that. I don't like a hateful kind of a vibe. But it was fun for a while. I think that's better maybe without. Too much, right? Too much is never enough. This isn't really how I pictured it starting out. That's okay. Okay, so that just says, I love you. Just wrote, having fun with my girl is my favorite. And I want to kind of put something over here. I don't know what. Maybe that's awesome day. Read all about it here. Oh, that's funny. Does that work? Not really. I know, I'm making it into a crazy mess, but I'm going to put it there anyways. Start with a sketch, don't stick to the sketch. Don't leave any white space. That is my scrapbooking advice to you.
It's gone.
I
don't even use it.
Can you hear them?
Karen, yours is up there.
You go to the Hangout toolbox.
Yep. So they're live. So I'm going to go ahead and do my my thing, and then I'll be back. I might add some of this. Oh, that's cute. Fun.
No.
I don't know where I'm gonna add it, but the color wash might get in there.
It looks like a little toolbox. It's a red toolbox with a wrench and a little quotation.
You guys.
Okay, I'll be back.
Please.
Okay, so I'm back, and I do have the Scrapbook podcast on. I don't know if you can hear it, but I never quite understand the chats. So it's on in the background. I promise I won't keep it on forever, but I just wanted to say it's neat. I mean, it's a neat little concept to be able to connect with scrapbookers online, not only in the form of a video, but also, in the form of actually talking in real time. So that's what they're doing, and they're talking about different people's accents and, all sorts of random things. So that's fun. It is fun. And I think it's a neat thing because, I have the day at home with my kids. My kids don't really want to do much of anything with me, but I can't leave because I've got another kid here. So, yeah, it kind of works for me. I'm putting this flare on. Isn't that cute? And my daughter came in and checked out the page, and she was like, well, that's nice. I was like, you want to go to Busch Gardens tomorrow? And she's like, I don't know. So the point of this page is it's hard to convince the kids to do anything fun, but when we actually get out and do fun stuff, they have fun. So it's just really a convincing problem. Yeah, and as they get older, it seems like it's harder and harder to convince them that, when I say, let's go on an adventure, that's a fun idea. So we're going to put the little dimensional thing here. Usually I don't do a lot of dimension, but I think it's fun to do it when you can. So let's put another little blingy thing down here, or maybe up here. And I'm putting this kind of out of the range. Let's see if I have another one that's a different map. But the point is, it's fun when we get out of the house. That's the point I'm trying to make. Oh, there's another one. And that's like the Great Lakes, but I think I'll just put it going the wrong way. Because we're not in Michigan. And this one I've already attached to something, so I don't want to use that. I know it's probably annoying that you can hear them in the background, but I just kind of wanted to show you how that worked, and I wanted to keep working on this. So there's why I did that. But yeah, I'm going to make a bunch of circles. So that's what I'm going to be up to while we're gone. And then I'll be back. But yeah. So there you go. I'll be back. I hope that you if you weren't able to log into this live event with the Scrapbook podcast, Get It Scrapped has the live events all the time. And they're a lot of fun, and you can really, really have a virtual scrap buddy, and there's 7 of them, so you don't just get tired of hearing me talk. Okay, I'll be back. I'm just going to make circles in the meantime, and then I'll be back. Hey scrapbookers, so I just wanted to show you the finished part of the page. I've been really bad about taking photographs of my layouts lately. I need to spend an hour and take pictures of all of the layouts that I have in my giant stack. But this is what it looks like when it's done. I just thought I would pop back in and show you the finished product. Thanks for watching. See you later.